Well, hello. Good morning. How is everyone this glorious day? You feel good? Yeah, I feel good. I'm ready to celebrate the day. I'm Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson, and we're a spiritual community that's here to have a good time and to celebrate love. That's what we're all about. If you feel like you want to move your body to this song, feel free. My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. My mind is filled with knowing. My mind believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Oh, you are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the divine, expressing on this plane of action. What better news could there be than that? I'm just taking you all in for a moment, just taking in all of your light. Once again, welcome to Unity of Tucson. As I said before, we are a spiritual community. Our purpose here at Unity of Tucson is to explore the principles of the New Thought spiritual philosophy and create an inclusive community so that we can adopt this philosophy in order to master spiritual understanding, find personal purpose in our life, and to develop a spiritual path. And what I have found is that the application of these principles in my life has enhanced the quality of my life experience. But you get to decide what will work for you, because I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. My role as a minister in this philosophy is to offer the tenets of the teaching, and you get to decide what to do with them. So if something butts up against your belief system here today, and that is to say, if you hear something that you don't believe, that's okay. And what I would encourage you to do is to, look at the information presented and say, hey, here's a belief system that I have held on to, and here's a new idea perhaps that I'm hearing today, and they seem to be in conflict with each other. But I'm just going to allow myself to maybe gently acknowledge that there may be another idea. And if it works better for you, great. And if it doesn't, that's great too. So, let's go with the flow today. What do you say? Yeah. We do envision, I was about to just launch into our vision statement. We have a vision and a mission statement, and I would love for us as a community to say out loud collectively first these words of our vision statement. Let's say this together. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision is a manner in which we may choose to see the world, the mission or steps that we can apply in our lives to allow that vision to come into full expression. So let's share these words of our mission statement together, shall we? Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. I have a question for you. And it may not be a rhetorical question, oddly enough. Who are you? What did you say? You said God, okay. Love, okay. Magnificent, that I will hold firm in my resolve that that's true. Yes. Your life, great. Who are you? Me, everything. You're everything. You know, when we have that aspect of our mission statement that says, remember who you are, we should probably be able to identify who we're seeking to remember ourselves as being. And what I would suggest is that, the foundation of the philosophy is that God is all there is, and that is our innate identity. And so when we are seeking to remember who we are that divine power and presence, each and every one of us. The wholeness of us is divine and holy. And that is what we celebrate here at Unity of Tucson. So just keep that in mind, I would say, and let's let that be a consideration as we move through our day. I do want to extend a special welcome to everyone who's watching online, whether you're watching live this Sunday morning or at another time in the archive. It's such a joy to know that you've decided to spend some time with us. Especially if you're watching for the very first time online, I want to extend a special welcome to you. And if you go to unitytucson.com/connect and fill out some information there, we can allow this conversation to continue. So thank you for being present here with us. If you're present in the room for the very first time today, I want to extend that special welcome to you as well. As you were coming in, you may have been invited to receive a gift, and if you did not know that that gift is available, it is still available, and so you can receive that at the completion of the celebration today. But in addition to that gift, there is something that we love to share with those who are joining us for the first time. So if you are comfortable with identifying yourself as someone who is here for the first time, would you please stand if you're able or raise your hand? Is there anyone joining us for the first time? Welcome, welcome. Grateful to have you here. What a blessing it is to have you here. And this is what we would like to share with you. Shall we say this together? You are magnificent. Yes, yes, and you accept it. I love it. So grateful that you're shining your light and sharing your magnificence. And I think that we should all exclaim our magnificence for ourselves. So let's all say this together, shall we? I am magnificent. Let's do it one more time. I am magnificent. Yes. I'm so jazzed up today. So is Mary. Yeah. Well, we do celebrate all faith traditions, all religious paths, all spiritual ideas here at Unity of Tucson. We've adopted a ceremony called Lighting the Flames of Faith, which endeavors to do just that. So this month, as we have lit the candles, we have been exploring the purpose statements of each faith tradition. Here to guide us in our Flames of Faith ceremonies today are today's keepers of the flames. Will you please welcome Mary Alls and Beryl Varno. I don't know where Barry came from. Beryl Varno.
It's the red.
Mary, see, I was Mary, and I was Mary and Barry is what... Beryl and Mary. One of those days.
I think it's the red shirt. I think that's what it is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. We light a candle for the Tao, which teaches the purpose of life is inner harmony, peace, and longevity, achieved by living in accordance with the Tao. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, which teach that through a close relationship with the natural world, one gains guidance, support, and wisdom to live their best life. We light a candle for Hinduism, which teaches that we are able to escape bondage, ignorance, and a state of illusion through multiple experiences of life. Each life leads closer to enlightenment. We light a candle for Judaism, which teaches the highest calling is to obey the commandments of God and to live ethically according to law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, which teaches the purpose of life is to alleviate suffering and gain enlightenment. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, which teaches salvation from sin through faith in Christ, through sacraments, and through good works. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, which teaches that through surrender to the will of God, one will gain paradise. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, which teaches that the soul is eternal and essentially good, and that the purpose of life is to develop spiritually and draw closer to God. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, which teaches the divinity of all creation, the supremacy of thought over matter, and that through a law of cause and effect, one creates the circumstances of their lives. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle is the healing candle. It represents the revealing of the divinity at the core of all experiences. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Beryl.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Turning our attention for a moment to the peace candle. We keep the peace candle consistently illuminated as a reflection of that consistent illumination of peace in each and every one of us, right at the heart space. And as we allow our inner peace to inform every aspect of our being, every aspect of our lives, all relationships, all interactions, all creation, and we're all part of creation, then right where we are creating a more peaceful world. So let's honor that understanding by sharing together this prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace reigns in the world. Just take a breath.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know.
Our prayer chaplain today will be guiding us with a reading in our monthly affirmation and also in prayer. Will you please welcome Jeannie Underwood?
Wow, I just had the best seat in the house. First between both them, and then I got to be serenaded by our guest singer. It's a pretty good way to stand up here in front of all of you. Today, I'd like to share a reading with you that's attributed to Rumi. And it's about gratitude. And I picked it because gratitude is so closely related to abundance. And that's the theme for this month. Be grateful for your life, every detail of it, and your face will come to shine like a sun. And everyone who sees it will be made glad and peaceful. Persist in gratitude, and you will slowly become one with the sun, S-U-N, of love. And love will shine through you. It's all healing joy. This path of gratitude is not for children, and I would say it's not for sissies. It's a path of tender heroes, the heroes who, whatever happens, keep burning on the altar of their hearts the flame of adoration and love. When we let our hearts open to this way, we truly experience abundance. So I'd like to read our affirmation written by Reverend Felisa Searcy one time, and then I'd like to ask you to say it with me a couple of times. And as you do, I would like the quality of abundance to emerge in you, as it might come with feelings of love, joy, courage, whatever it is, they all come in and are available to us abundantly. So I'll begin. I lead with a generous heart, knowing my natural state of abundance. And let's say that together. I lead with a generous heart, knowing my natural state of abundance. I lead with a generous heart, knowing my natural state of abundance. And let's take that knowing into our prayer. So as you're comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and let yourself relax into your chair. Let your inhalation and your exhalation become more and more long and deep. Then drop your awareness down into your heart and let that energy that rides on the breath move in and out of your heart from every direction like the radiant sun of love that you are. We know there's only one power, one presence, and that is the power and presence of God that is all-pervading and abundant in every part of life. We are the presence and the power of divine life, no matter what shows up in our life, because we know that the divine life that we are can't ever be diminished or threatened by any condition that we might encounter in our life. We trust and know that everything is unfolding for our highest good. And we feel joy, confidence, thankfulness, abundance, and whatever other feeling comes up as we release and let go and allow abundant good to manifest in our life. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you, Jeannie. Our magnificent featured guest today is someone who has been a part of this community and stepped away, and we honor the path that he is on, and I'm so delighted that he reached out and decided he wanted to be with us today and share his gift of song. Will you please welcome Alexander Lionheart?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today, Linda and I will be performing Au Blanc de Cérès from Les Troyens by Hector Berlioz. This is an aria from an opera sung by Iopas to the Roman goddess Cérès, who is the goddess of fertility, saying thank you for the abundant harvest in the fertile earth.
Le timide oiseau, l'offre l'agneau, devant de la plaine, la surveillane, la surveillane, la surveillane, chante, chante, Dieu bien fait. Féconde serás, quand on augurait, tu rôles parure de fraîche verdure. Que d'heureux-tu fais? Que d'heureux-tu fais? Que d'heureux-tu fais? Que d'heureux-tu fais? Que d'heureux-tu fais?
Alexander Lionheart. Thank you. I don't know that I need to really do anything with that. I get text messages on my phone. Or on my watch. That's what I meant to say. We all get text messages on our phone, but I get text messages on my watch, and I just want you to know that there are people who are watching who are texting me saying, "Oh my God, Alexander." One of them said, "I'm almost crying." So yeah, people watching online, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Today is the 5th Sunday in a month, and so many of you may know that on the 5th Sunday of the month, if there is a 5th Sunday in a month, I don't prepare a sermon, I don't prepare a message, I don't prepare my Sunday talk. No, sometimes I will do a Q&A, which is what we did the last time, but oftentimes what I do is I do a random reading and then give an impromptu message based on whatever that reading is. And there are a lot of people who say, "Oh, I love when you do this." And so, you will see that there are 5 bags here on the stage. Would somebody please give me a number from 1 to 5? They're going to think that was a setup, Deb. You were going to say 4 as well? You were going to say 4? Okay, I think 4 is the one. So I'm going to use bag 4, and inside bag number 4 is the book, The 5 Principles by Ellen Davenport. And so, there are, let's see, I don't want to get into the acknowledgments, so I'm going to go back here. There are 129 pages. Will you please give me 31. What I will tell you? So the first one I heard was 2 from Raphael, but they might think that since you're on stage, that's a setup. Was it William who said 2? You said 2 as well? Well, then it must be 2. Okay. There are 4 paragraphs on 2. Which paragraph should I read? I heard 4 first. Sorry, I heard 4 first. All right. The 4th paragraph reads like this. The Unity movement claims no corner on spiritual truth. These principles show up in every major religion. The earth's great spiritual leaders, Buddha, Jesus, many others, taught these laws. The principles have been tested throughout human history, discovered and rediscovered by spiritual seekers. Like mathematicians, spiritual students have learned by trial and error. Oh my gosh, I've had so much error in my life as I've been trying this out. Spiritual students have learned by trial and error, experiment and research that these laws work the same way every time for everyone. I love that this paragraph starts off, the Unity movement claims no corner on spiritual truth. We don't. We offer the philosophy that works for us. We offer a philosophy that is grounded in principles that I believe are shared among all traditions, which is part of the reason that we have this Flames of Faith ceremony, to look at what are the underlying ideas that exist within all traditions. And for me, what it really boils down to, we can call it God, we can call it infinite spirit, we can call it by any number of names, but for me, what it ultimately boils down to is this. Everything is grounded in and an expression of love. Everything that exists is love. The embodiment and expression of love. And as we engage this love in our lives, understanding it as a creative source for all that flows forth into expression, then we become better stewards of this thing called life, our own lives, and we become better stewards for one another. Because in love, how can we lead with anything other than kindness and respect and deep understanding of our interconnectedness? And so we don't claim to have any, special ideas. These ideas show up everywhere. It was Jesus who said, "It is done unto you as you believe." Many people have said that, but we often think of Jesus when we hear that. It is done unto you as you believe. That is a fundamental premise. Our beliefs are creating our experience. That is New Thought 101. Jesus also said, the Father and I are one. And he was being non-exclusive. He wasn't saying, I am setting myself apart and saying that the infinite power and presence of God and I are one. He was saying, if this is so, it must be true for every single one of us. It must be true for all of us. And he also said that these things you will do, and better than I. We are all creators in our lives. We are all the foundation and expression of love. Every single one of us. How are we doing with that these days? Because I can look at aspects of my life as I go about my life, and I will tell you, I used to be a news junkie. I don't watch the news anymore. I just don't. I just can't stomach it. Because I look at the news, and while I may look at it and say, this is what I can adopt as my prayer list, all the things that are happening in the world that are, that are hard and seemingly beating us all down, I can look at it and say, that's my prayer list. But I don't need to see it to understand it as my prayer list. I can live from the point of view that as I express and affirm love for all creation, that is addressing whatever I might perceive in the news. I think on some level, that's what we're all endeavoring to do. Why do we show up on a Sunday? Connection. That's the word I heard, connection. We show up for connection. I love a spiritual philosophy, but I can probably guarantee that most of you are not here to hear me spout spiritual philosophy every week. You're looking for a way to connect with one another, with like-minded people. We're looking for a way to connect in love and to feel a part of something. I would like to think that this community is a part of something and that we are all contributing to that wholeness. Now, I'm going to go back to that section that I commented on while I was reading it. Spiritual students have learned by trial and error, experiment and research. before I even knew what New Thought was, I was living a lot of my life in trial and error. And I think that's one of the things that drew me to this philosophy, is that when I first heard a New Thought minister give a talk on a Sunday, I went, oh my gosh, that makes sense to me, because it's not putting the onus of my life on anything outside myself. It's not saying God is out there judging. God is not out there having any opinion, because God, as an ineffable beingness, can't have an opinion. We like to apply human qualities to the divine sometimes. But I think what has happened is we have made God in our image, rather than understanding that we are the expression of God first and foremost. And so we apply these ideas, we anthropomorphize God in so many ways, in so many traditions, and we decide that God has some opinion about our lives. God doesn't care about our lives. Blasphemy! What? God can't care about our lives, because all God is love. That's it. We care about our lives as expressions of God, and we should care about our lives as expressions of God, of goodness. But as we allow ourselves to understand from that point of view, those first, and the 5 principles, I talk about the principles all the time. The first 2 principles for me are the most important, because everything that flows forth from there is rooted in those first 2 principles. The first 2 principles being, Sherry? God is. I'm like, Sherry, you're not there. Sherry, God is. God is all there is. I asked you only for the first principle, didn't I? Getting ahead of me there a little bit. God is all there is. Now, I joke sometimes because I think we underestimate what all really means. God is all there is. God is the universe itself and everything beyond the universe. Everything that exists is the outflow of God itself. This beautiful piano, I love this piano, by the way. And Linda's like, I do too. I love this piano, and this is God. God is the electronic signals that go from the microphone into the sound system. God is all of it. God is each and every one of us, and that's the second principle. We are the divine power and presence. Every single one of us. The wholeness of us is God. And that invites us into a great deal of responsibility for our lives. Now, I'm looking at Diane for just a moment, because there's a story that you have told me in the past, and I'm going to probably tell it very poorly. But she invited a friend to go with her to a community like ours, and the friend got there and sat and went through the service and everything. And at the completion of the service, basically said along these lines, "These people want me to work on myself." That's not for me. I mean, essentially, I'm paraphrasing tremendously the way you told me that story, but she's giving me a thumbs up. It's like, but we are here to embolden and create better lives for ourselves. I say at the beginning of almost every service, I have adopted this teaching into my life because it has enhanced the quality of my experience. And that's why I have felt driven to do what it is that I do in ministry. Because it enhances the quality of my experience. You are all an enhancement in my quality of life. And how blessed am I that you're all part of that. But we are called in this philosophy to take responsibility for everything in our lives. Everything. We can't put the blame on anything outside the self any longer. And I differentiate responsibility from the concept of blame. I know we often use those words interchangeably. And we hear sometimes, oh, responsibility. Oh, I'm to blame for all the stuff in my life. You're not to blame. It is simply the outflow of a particular moment at a particular time. And it's okay. Because what responsibility invites us into is looking at what the constructs have been and knowing that this is a brand new baby moment. And in this moment, I can transform my entire experience, and I can do so leaving behind anything from the past, because none of that has any bearing on who I am in this here and now moment, except to the degree that I allow it to be. And so, if there are challenges that you have experienced in your life, as long as you continue to carry that challenge in mind and adopt it as something that has formed the way you are, you may continue to carry that challenge and create more experiences rooted in that form of challenge. If you're willing to look at the challenge and say, I understand that is who and what I was, but in this moment I am born anew. In this moment I get to create something new. Then something new must be born by means of you. I mean, I look at a lot of things in my life that I feel I have screwed up. And I don't let it drag me down any longer. I used to. And I used to because here's what would happen. I would be able to tell my story of woe. And I would get that dopamine hit of someone else expressing sympathy. And that felt good. Oh, people resonate with this story of woe. And they're giving me all of this, what I perceive to be love, when in fact, they're holding me actually in the same frame of conscious space. And as I am held in that same frame of conscious space, then I continue to create the aspects of life rooted in that tale of woe. And what it does is it can become like a snowball. Because as I remain in that frame of mind, then something else occurs in my life that I am responsible for that doesn't feel so good, and I get to tell that story now. And then that leads to the next story, because I have not changed my mind. I have not changed my consciousness. I have not changed the root of cause in my life. The root of cause in our lives is this. It is our thoughts and our beliefs and our feelings. And everything that flows forth in our experience is our thoughtful belief and feeling tone around our relationship to the circumstances in our life. So I can look at a circumstance in my life that might feel detrimental to my well-being, but I don't need to let it affect me, because I am the cause unto every effect. I am the mental action that allows everything to come into expression. There's something that just kind of hit me. This is, for me, it's like the Spirit is seeking to express this. I had a real hard time here. I'm going to tell you, I had a real hard time here when I first began as the senior minister in this community. And it was not, I had taken over a previous spiritual community in 2012 when I moved to Toronto, Ontario, and was the senior minister hired at the Center for Spiritual Living in Toronto. And that was its own unique experience, and it was there were challenges that I experienced as a brand new baby minister. I had literally only been a minister for 6 months, and I got hired to be a senior minister. And so I go to Toronto and have my experience there. But when I came here, there was a lot of resistance at first around me even putting my name in the hat to be considered for this role. I'm grateful that I got over that and ultimately did put my name in. But if you recall what was happening in April of 2020, when I first began here, I stepped into this spiritual community and basically preached to an empty room and a few cameras for about a year. That was really hard. It was really hard. And there's a little bit of a joke in me that says, having taken over a spiritual community before, and knowing that there are going to be people who were very gung-ho for the new minister, and then, the new minister shows up and ministers, and then they go, oh, wait, this is not exactly what I was expecting. He's very different. And then they make the choice to step away. And that's fine. Like, it's fine. I want people to go where they're spiritually nourished. If you don't like the restaurant, go to another restaurant. That's what I always say. And also, people are always like, we need to make sure that people are always showing up on Sunday. I'm like, no, we don't. This is church, not prison. But it was a really hard year, that year. And, so continuing the joke, is that I have a powerful consciousness. My consciousness is so powerful that I created a global pandemic so that I wouldn't have to deal with any of the naysayers. So watch out, I have a very powerful consciousness. Just kidding. But one of the challenges that I had is that there were people who were reaching out to me who felt that I was very out of integrity with the philosophy by keeping the doors closed for that year. Because they said, well, don't we teach healing? Don't we teach that we should be able to address and be experiencing any global pandemic, but we don't need to wear masks and we can gather together in these communities and we should all be fine. I said, yes. We are also endowed with infinite divine wisdom to know what the right path is in service to the greater community. And that was what I held to. But there are people who left this community because they didn't see eye to eye with me on that spiritual idea. And sometimes I can step back and go, well, that kind of breaks my heart. Because I want everyone to be fed, and I want everyone, I want to put myself out of business. That's what I want to do. What I mean by that is I want everyone to be so rooted in a spiritual philosophy that works for them and enhances the quality of their life so profoundly that they never have to worry about finding a spiritual philosophy ever again, or being reminded every Sunday, or being reminded in class, or being reminded, because we're just simply living from that point of view. That's why I really endeavor to teach these 5 principles in some fashion every single week. The joke of ministry is that we're saying the same thing every single Sunday, just trying to find 52 new ways to say it every year. We're saying the same thing. God is all there is. It's the only thing that exists. Each and every one of us is the expression of that impression of love upon itself. God and love being synonyms. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings are creating our experience. And prayer and meditation are the tools that we teach to allow that experience to be formed and shaped. That's how we enhance the quality of our lives. And that 5th principle is that it is up to us to put it into action. It is a choice to put it into action. And so, I will go back to this quotation. The unity movement claims no corner on spiritual truth. These principles show up in every major religion. The earth's great spiritual teachers, Buddha, Jesus, many others, have taught these laws. The principles have been tested throughout human history, discovered and rediscovered by spiritual seekers. Like mathematicians, spiritual students have learned by trial and error, experiment and research that these laws work the same way every time for everyone. Peace and blessings. You are magnificent. Now, if you're new to our community, I offer a life practice that we can adopt as a way to support the ideas that were presented in the message today. I didn't know what the message was going to be today, so this is the life practice. But I love this. Make a new connection with someone you've never met. Recognize the abundance of possibilities that exist in connecting with others. So, we have an opportunity following the celebration today. We have fellowship in Harmony Hall, which is right through that door. If you go out those doors, you go to your right, you can connect with somebody new, enjoy their company over coffee, find ways that we understand each other. But yeah, connect with somebody new. That's really pulling me in my heart space today. So that's the life practice. I invite you to take it and run with it. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Just checking in for a moment to see if there's any kernel of truth or an idea that has resonated more profoundly than any other. Simply allowing that idea to be present in the heart space, for that may be the one thing, the one idea that you carry with you today, that you have embodied to such a degree that you needn't worry about it any longer. Let that idea be fully present here and now.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. And I rest and trust. Stillness of this moment, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is love. There is love. In the stillness of this moment, there is love, there is love, and I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is love.
Let us take this opportunity to engage in prayer collectively, allowing ourselves to find that relaxed state of mind, a relaxed state of beingness, relaxing the physical presence, and opening up to this understanding that there is only one source. There's only one resource. There is only one love. There is only one creative energy, God. God is all there is. There is absolutely nothing else. And so all that exists, everything that we perceive in form, as form, is the outflow of the divine itself. And the wholeness of all aspects of being is divine, is God. We are, each and every one of us, part of that wholeness. The wholeness of us is God. We are holy. And so as we think, as we believe, as we feel, these aspects of our consciousness are creating the constructs of our lives. And so I trust and know that there is an adoption of self-reliance, of responsibility in our lives that emboldens us in the outflow and expression of love. And that in this responsibility, in this self-reliance, that every aspect of our being flows forth in kindness, love, and respect for others and for ourselves. And so with gratitude and appreciation flowing forth from within for all of this, for this understanding, for these principles, for the love, I simply let it be as I relax, I trust, I know, and affirm it as so by saying, and so it is. Amen.
In the stillness of this moment, I am love. I am love. In the stillness of this moment, I am love. I am love. And I rest and trust. And breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment, I am love.
Just taking in a breath. This spiritual community is supported by this spiritual community, and I'm so grateful for all the ways that we give of ourselves, our time, our talent, and our treasure. There are many ways that you can support Unity of Tucson and the work that we are doing here to spread this message of self-reliance into the greater world. You can give by putting a donation into the basket as the service completes here today. There's also a collection opportunity in the lobby. And you can give by electronic means as well. But part of this is to affirm and understand that we are inherently abundant because the nature of God itself is abundance. And so to guide us in the prayer that supports that very idea, will you please welcome our prayer chaplain and administrator here at Unity, Sherry Hoffman.
Thank you. So let us say this abundance prayer together. I have the faith of the source as my instant and constant supply and supplier. I have the faith of the one to open ways when, to the human sense, there seems to be no way. I have the faith of the infinite to guide me in all ways, knowing health, happiness, and prosperity is assured. I am steeped in gratitude and appreciation for the abundant good now flowing forth, meeting my every need. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Sherry.
My pleasure.
Let's find out what's happening here at Unity of Tucson.
It's Sunday, May 31st, 2026, and here's what's happening in our magnificent spiritual community. Join Reverend William Gill and the Real Life Band next Sunday, June 7th at 12 noon, and explore how you might directly apply the principles we teach to your everyday life experience. Real Life is an opportunity to enjoy uplifting music, sacred conversation, and ground it all in a shared drumming session. Engage the power of decision with Dr. Jonathan, exploring Dr. Raymond Charles Barker's landmark New Thought work. Learn to claim the power of a decided mind, release old patterns, and make conscious choices rooted in clarity and confidence. This 4-week class meets Tuesdays, 6 to 8 p.m. beginning July 7th. Available in person and online. Discover what becomes possible when your mind is clear, focused, and free. Register in the Desert Light Bookstore or online today. Bears on the Stairs are growing. Unity of Tucson is collecting new stuffed animals to bring comfort to children, supported by the Arizona Department of Child Safety. Drop off a new stuffed animal anytime through June 21st. Want to do more? Cloth tote bag kits are available in the community alcove for those who would like to sew. The Unity Community Potluck is next Sunday. Bring a tasty dish to share with your delightful spiritual community. Events, classes, connection. There are several ways to stay connected. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube by searching Unity Tucson. Sign up for the weekly email or explore our website at unitytucson.com. Also, check out the community group board in Harmony Hall for the new groups which are forming. Make your week magnificent.
Yes, indeed. Make that week magnificent. Dee, are you going to tell us what our magnificent youth were up to today? Hi, Dee. This is Dee Brady. She's our manager of youth and family ministries, and so grateful.
So grateful to be here. And we walk in, there's stuffed animals.
Right? Yeah.
Their eyes got huge. And I thought, uh-oh. Well, is it summer yet?
Yeah.
Is it summer
Ish.
yet, guys? Okay,
Ish.
well, today it's summer-ish. And we talked all about our summer plans and how much fun we're going to have. And Murphy wanted to give a summer message. What she thinks summer is. Huh. With your family. I know. What do you think, Joshua? Yeah. Yeah. Let's let Joshua do it real fast.
What summer is to me is paradise.
Wow, I like summer.
It allows you to be free, have fun, get in the pool, and have a good time.
Yeah.
Summer is also a time to spend time with your family and go on road trips.
You just show, and Murphy's going to show you her road trip.
Yay!
Disneyland.
Disneyland, yes.
We all love Disneyland.
I won't deny, I feel a little envious that you're going to Disneyland. It's going to have a good time, yes? Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today's celebration so extraordinary. I want to say thank you to Mary Alls and Beryl. I don't know, it keeps coming out that way. Beryl Varno and Mary Alls for guiding us in the Flames of Faith ceremony. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Sherry Hoffman for guiding us in this morning's meditation and also in the abundance prayer. Thank you so much for your service. Jeannie Underwood guiding us to that beautiful reading in affirmation and also in prayer. Thank you so much. Sherry and Jeannie are our official prayer chaplains on duty, but if you would like a moment of prayer, you can seek out anyone who's wearing one of the purple prayer stoles. They are prayer chaplains, and they are, by virtue of wearing their stoles, they're saying that they are available to serve you in prayer. So please, if you would like a moment of prayer, they will remain here in the sanctuary and seek them out for that purpose. I want to say thank you to everybody in the bookstore. I want to say thank you to our greeters. I want to say thank you to our hospitality team. I want to say thank you to our technical team, Wally and Aiden and Jim and Don and Gavin back there. Thank you so much for making sure that we are so beautifully seen and heard. An extraordinary music team this is. Paul Gibson, Aaron Anderson, Rafael Carruthers, and our music director, Linda Ackerman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And will you please stand up and take another bow? Let's please hear it for Alexander Lionheart. Thank you so much for blessing us today. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for making your presence known here. You are magnificent, and I will never, ever take that for granted. So keep shining that light. What do you say? Yeah. All right. Let's complete today by sharing together this prayer of divine awareness, which will guide us into our final song. Let's say this together. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Feel free to move your bodies if you like. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.